hard to know, but I like to your point, there'll be times when they won't want to for various reasons. I mean, now that Ty Gross is a center or something, but NC can play undersized center. He's done it. He's pretty clever at it. And you don't like them together. I can see that. I don't think that's. They've made it work because NC's expanded the team, but it's not always right. In fact, at one time, when I was preparing the lineups, I mean, as well as both played late last season, they had a lot of good games in the world. Brandon Rice both so started Gross and NC. NC's an undersized spot because I don't think he's interested. And he's also not a very good shooter. Not really a good shooter. You know, until I can see Hodges can play, I'm not counting him on the run for that. And I know this is fantastic. I think fucking
All right, guys, thanks a lot. We'll start with an opening statement from Coach Crenshaw, followed by questions from BJ. So, Coach, we're going to start us off.
Well, first, I want to, that was a great team that we played tonight, and obviously they're undermanned. And, it's kind of hard. In this business, you have some friends and people that you respect and admire, and me and Coach Val, we actually exchanged some texts earlier today, so it's hard when you got to compete against someone you know and you like. But I tip it off to them. Being undermanned, they're freshmen, some guys stepped up and they made some plays, but within like I told our team, there's a couple plays that we'd love to have back defensively. And then obviously free throw shooting were some things that hurt us, but overall, wish we had a few things back, and I think the game would be a little different for us.
Questions for BJ at this time. BJ, I'll have you pick up that microphone in front of you as well. Questions for BJ, please. David, go ahead.
Yeah, BJ, what made your guys' defense so effective? I mean, it looked like this zone, man-to-man, shifting around. I mean, you really muddied up a lot. What made that so effective?
Energy, effort, and just constant communication. The zone is actually something that we just recently put in. We've been working on guarding since the summertime and just getting in that type of mindset. And we got a great leader that's communicating from the head on, giving us the calls. So we're just trying to do the best we can.
And to follow up with that, that was part of our game plan, from a standpoint with size. Butler 6'8", 6'9", 6'9". And for us, we did want to muddy the game up. But it's a unique style of playing, and if anyone knows my history, I played for Ron Hunter, and we played the matchup, and we took some aspects of what Ron would have done, pressing back into a zone matchup, and then at times we went man, and then sometimes we were in man the whole possession, but Butler, and some teams are not going to know the difference, and so I think that just it's different when especially early on, you're practicing your man offense, and you don't get a chance to see zones, and how we play is totally different than a normal zone.
And a little bit of risk to reward because they've got some good three-point shooters, but I don't know that they ever really got fluid in that aspect.
And that was our game plan. We understand it was going to be 4 shooters out there for the most part of the game, at times maybe 5. And for us, we wanted to rotate, make them put the ball down and take shots off the bounce. A couple times that they got some wide open ones. Those are the ones I'm talking about we'd like to have back. But for not really working on that all summer and really to be 2.5 weeks, I thought the guys came out and executed what the coaching staff asked of them.
BJ, I think this is your 4th school in your career. What kind of stood out about coming to IUPUI and the system, either offense or defense, that you think you can contribute for this team?
Recording stopped.
Coach Crenshaw, I believed in his vision for the program and where he's trying to take it, and I seen it as a great opportunity just to come somewhere and make a statement from my last year.
Additional questions for BJ? All right, BJ, you can go ahead.
Thank you.
Questions for Coach?
Yep, I agree.
Correspondingly, what did you see from Butler's defense? You were pretty successful when you got inside their perimeter on twos, but maybe perhaps not more frequently than you intended to.
That's it. We knew Butler's a team that's going to initially guard you great defensively, and then they also help and recover really well. And at times, you'll fall in love with the three-point shot. And we had some good looks early, and I thought we also should have drove a few more times. That was something we kind of talked about at the half. Mid-range game, like I'm not I respect the analytics, but I also understand sometimes the guy's flying at you. He's at the paint helping, tagging the big that's rolling, then he's flying out at the shooter. And the 6'9", it's hard to get that shot off and make it. Take 1 or 2 dribble pull up or get all the way to the rim. And that was something that we talked about and just didn't execute there. Would have liked to take maybe 10 less threes in that game, but it is what it is. I want my guys to be confident and comfortable shooting the ball and playing offense.
Coach, 10 guys with 15-plus minutes tonight. Is that more like an opening game thing, or is it more testament to what you believe in your balance for this year?
It was a mixture, honestly. As you go into a game, you have a script, and that's something that I really worked on, and we thought out from our rotations and our subs. And as you get into a Florida game, BJ picked up some fouls. KJ Pruitt was injured for a little bit, and so, but that is one thing I think will help us at times is our depth, and the guys have shown time and time again in practice that they compete. And some days it's probably 2 guys that are starters, and other days you don't know. So we do have some depth, and I want to utilize it.
Anything else for Coach? All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right, we'll have Coach do a quick opening.
Progress.
Thank you very much. We'll have Coach do an opening statement, and then we'll take whatever questions you have.
Yeah, it was good to kick off the season. Obviously, there's always an excitement, and when you're counting down the days to the regular season kicks off, and I thought we had some lessons we learned from the preseason to be able to come out and apply tonight, and embracing winning gritty, and I think that's a good lesson that this group learned coming out of 2 exhibitions where they were different. Coach slowed the game down a bit. They ran good offense and delay and kept us on defense quite a bit. So you got to be able to embrace winning in different ways, and I think this group on the whole is a group that can do that. So it was good to see some positive things from our young guards that were in there, all 3 of them. It wasn't perfect, but I thought we had some good leadership from Bryce Henze. They loaded up on him, and I thought he had a poise about him and not trying to force things. And I thought we got great energy right off the bench. Jair came in and hit a shot or two to give us a spark. Wilmuth came in and got an offensive rebound, which we'll need that. So it's a good team win, right? A lot of lessons to learn, but a good team win.
Questions?
Coach, you mentioned Miles Wilmuth tonight. I think more minutes, 18 tonight than he did in the 2 exhibitions. What did you kind of see out of the matchup, or just what he brought to the table for you guys tonight that really stood out?
Yeah, it was just an energy thing. I thought Christian got in. Enzi, we had a couple plays there where, we just didn't have the energy that I thought we needed. Challenged Willie to go in and do that. The other night he didn't, and tonight he got in there and gave us a great boost. And I thought defensively, right, provided energy, and then found himself, right, I think he had a rebound and kick out 3 to Jair, right, big offensive rebound. So it was just that as much as anything. Right? A lot of times the energy trumps strategy, and so we just needed some positivity, right, and somebody to give us some momentum and a boost. Our body language needs to grow, and so Miles came in and obviously wanted to redeem himself from the other night when he didn't think he did a great job, and he did that for his teammates.
The team held the Jaguars 323 from the three-point line. Can you talk about what the defense focused on tonight?
Yeah, we've been working, coming out of the 2 exhibitions where obviously the Tiffin game we gave up a ton of threes. I thought we were better in the UIndy game with that. I thought our hands were more active. We've been really emphasizing that and getting to position earlier. So I thought, for the most part, we did a pretty good job of challenging, making sure everything was contested, and closing with hands. That was something that we drill, all the time. Chuck was, in the hallway laughing. It seemed like we were in shell drill the entire game. So there were long possessions, and you had to stay disciplined. So they really tested our discipline on both sides of the ball, right? Because if we shot it quick, you were going to be in a long possession again defensively.
Coach, there's going to be a lot of discussions about how well Chuck's playing on offense. It seems like he's staying attached a little bit more on screens this year. How can you speak on what he's developed defensively for you guys, especially at night without Aaron Donald?
How much did he pay you to say that? I'm kidding. No, he's like his energy on that side of the ball, honestly, in terms of from the practice time we got back to practice, knowing that he's more than a willing defender. He's learned a lot last year being out there, kind of thrown into the fire, and then we're coming back with a focus of being a lot better on that side of the ball this year. And so again, that was a perfect no, but I love his want to right now, just in practices, wanting to be better in the ball screen defense, wanting to be better, one-on-one defensively, and still right getting to position. And so you can just see the effort, right? The effort is there.
Sure.
See, Miles, I know you played in like a pro environment, but I also had no idea what the crowds were like. I just wondering if you played in front of as many as 7,000.
No, this is definitely the largest crowd I've played in front of because, last year when I was playing pro, because of COVID, the stands were empty. So, yeah, this is kind of a new experience for me too. But, yeah, I really enjoyed it.
But when did you know that you would be tagged your ed? You got to play some point guard in your first regular season college game.
That I would play point guard, I kind of had the feeling pretty early on, just how it went in practices and just me picking up the system. I think I did it quite well, but that I would start, it was obviously a surprise to me. I would say I knew about it maybe 3 days ago when in practice the lineups changed. But yeah, it was a great experience, and I'm glad we won the game.
So Chuck, you, I know as a team, I think you guys are more pleased about how well you played defensively, or I guess have misgivings about the way you played on offense. I mean, obviously a lot of it was IUPUI.
Oh, I'm sorry, say that again.
Were you more pleased about your defense or disappointed in the offense? And obviously IUPUI had a lot to do with your offense.
We had a game plan to hold our opponent to a certain amount, and we achieved that goal, so we're proud of that. And IUPUI, they had a game plan, they executed it well. We never experienced a matchup zone that they were playing before, so we had to adapt on the fly, and we got it done tonight, so that's all that matters.
Chuck, towards the end of last season, you really upped your free throw rate, and then the exhibition, and tonight, probably a little bruising, but a lot more aggressive taking the ball to the basket this year?
Like Coach said, I know that he's already told me how it's going to be this year on offense, and it's not going to be as maybe as free as it was last year. So just keeping it simple and just basically just letting it come to me is my biggest thing. If it's getting to the basket that night, then it's going to be getting to the basket. If I'm open, I'm going to make the play. So.
Maybe for Chuck on the foul.
Recording stopped.
Sometimes three-point shooters really want to do that and don't have that willingness to take the ball to the rim. But it seemed like Chuck and Jaden both were willing to put the ball in the hip and get into the rim.
Yeah, I think it's they're naturally Chuck he's worked like crazy on his body in terms of his explosiveness. He's gotten more athletic. Obviously, film study and knowing what his strengths were, and he didn't make threes tonight. That's obviously a strength of his. But being able to play off his shot and keep the game simple, and then be a contact seeker. And so I think that's something. Jaden has a natural gift of being able to get to the paint. Right? He's learning how to play off 2 feet and be more fundamental with it, but he's got a natural ability, and then he's grown his shot. So I always say we're a developmental program, and just having these guys focus on what we need them to get better at, and then they put in the work. Give them credit. Chuck's one of probably the biggest gym rat on our team. Jaden's in the gym. All these guys have been put in the work, which shows their commitment.
Coach, you've seen three really different defenses so far this year. You've seen a zone press, a matchup zone tonight. How much do you think it helps you guys moving forward that you've seen so many things that are different than what maybe you're used to practicing against this early?
Yeah, it helps a ton. Obviously, like Chuck said, some of it is, hey, we didn't prepare for the matchup zone. I think, Coach Crenshaw, when he played there years ago, they played the matchup zone. We talked to our guys about it and had a plan if we saw it coming. And, we weren't getting as good of a flow as we wanted to early in the game, kind of figured it out, to end the first half there. And then second half, they made adjustments. And so it was kind of a chess match back and forth. But it's great, because we'll be better next time we see something like that. Same as seeing what we saw against Tiffin, and saw the 1-2-2 in the press against Indy. Things that help you, obviously, as you continue on in the season, right, to be more equipped.
And you've talked about make or miss game a bunch of times. Tonight, the rough shooting night overall. But what do you think about your quality of looks and your offense?
I thought we had good looks. Even with the matchup, I thought we had some wide open looks, especially from three. Thought we did a good job attacking the foul line. And we've got to be able to still be gritty and disciplined on the defensive end and not allow the offensive end to affect that. And so I thought, early, I thought it made us a little anxious in the second half, and then we settled in and just decided to keep getting stops. And, we quit rating wins a long time ago. You just take them.
So about having two starters this early in the season on different occasions suspended, is that something to be alarmed about? Is there anything going on in the team, or did you find that to be coincidental?
No, there were things from, there's a standard here. Those were things from not recently, before a while ago that we got to address because there's a standard that we have to uphold, and there's disciplinary actions that have to be taken when we don't live up to it. So it's not something from recently. Guys they've made their mistakes, and we move on, and it's a next man up mindset. So I'm glad we have others that can step up and do the task.
Anything else? All right. Thanks, everybody. See you Friday night.
Thank you.